Talk about irony. Like, talk about just bad luck. Like, we went from having our only scorer in the game who was responsible for at least putting up points against the Vikings last week to now having that same exact player getting injured the first play of the game. Like, come on, dog. What are we doing, man? Like, how do we lose a kicker and then lose to a team that only kicks? They didn't score not one touchdown. But we're going to go right into it. This went from a potentially good game to a straight up disaster. And it was a lot of shit that went on in the game that I felt like that was just really uncalled for, right? First of all, Gano, what are you doing? You know what, Gano? I see you. I see you. Come here. Come here. Gano, why would you pursue tackling someone? Why would you pursue tackling a player? You are a kicker. That is not your job. I expect you to just look at dude like, y'all gonna get him? I mean, yeah, show some effort so you don't look like a clown, but you look even more like a clown now that you injured. And now we all look like clowns because the Giants lost the game. Because of you, Gano. We needed you, Gano. We needed you, Gano. Dang, I mean, you went from being the only person that put up points last week to now useless. Brian Dable, I have a couple of questions. Number one, why do we not have a backup kicker? Like, is that something that like should have been addressed? Should we been have addressed this? Like, is this something that we as Giants fans overlooked up until this point? Like, please let me know. Because I would have thought that any good old team would just have a backup kicker. Like, what's up with that? We don't have a backup kicker? What's good? What's good, New York? Anyway, after the Graham Gano bullshit injury, and he looks really hurt. It looks like we're gonna have to do something about that kicker. I don't know. I ain't look at no injury report or nothing like that. I do want to say that right after that, two words, man. I want to say like player of the game. I really want to say Drew Phillips, bro. Drew Phillips, rookie. Man, this dude is a beast. I mean, he's already doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, this man is all over the field. Number 22 for the New York Giants, Drew Phillips. I'm clearly like, I just can't keep my eyes off number 22 because he's always around. Like, bro, looking at the edge rushers, they're not giving me anything to look at. Like, I'm not looking at no Brian Burns. Like, yeah, y'all creating pressure, but damn, man, like, something is off with that front seven appeal. Like, we need to do something more to stop the offense. So, like, there was no reason at all that Jaden Daniels had that many third and long situations where he was successful. He was so successful on third and long, bro. And that's the fault of the G-men. That's something that we definitely have to address as the Giants. The Giants definitely have to address that. You know, that defense. Like, like, that shouldn't have been a bad matchup either for us. Like, that wasn't a hard matchup to have. The Giants, the Commanders, and how, you know, do we come up short in a matchup like that where we were supposed to actually dominate that offensive line. So that's something that I have not come to terms with yet. A couple good things about the game. I saw Jones in the first quarter doing some things that I know him to do. Like, he used his legs. He was faking out the defense. He looked like he had control of the ball in the first quarter of the game. So that was a big step up for me. In terms of Daniel Jones, I know how Giants fans feel about Daniel Jones, but whatever. Almost won us the game, but almost don't count. What the Graham Gano? There was a couple things that happened in this game that I just couldn't understand. Like, we had so many good opportunities and good plays, but we always fell short. The Jason Pinnock, like, interception slash fumbles, what was that? Like, Jason Pinnock, you had your hand on the ball, you supposed to catch it and come down with it. You didn't do that. So now we looking at this replay of this almost catch situation. Like, bro, like, Jason Pinnock, you need to lift, bro. Ain't no way you had full control of the ball in the air, but as soon as you got to the ground, you had no control of the ball, and they ended up catching the ball. That was quite embarrassing. Like, you kind of redeemed yourself in the second quarter when you tackled Jayden Daniels for a loss, but it doesn't even matter. And once again, it should be illegal how many times the defense allowed Jayden Daniels and the Commanders to get a first down after a 3rd and long. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, there was so many, I don't know how many plays that happened, but that needs to be a situation that we need to start controlling a little bit more. Those very small little intricate details about the game is the difference between winning and losing. Malik Nabers, dynamic player. He's doing everything I thought that, like, I'm not surprised. Like, I want to celebrate Malik Nabers' first touchdown. Good. Malik Nabers with 127 yards, so that's very impressive. But he's doing everything I expected him to do. Like, this is Malik Nabers we're talking about. So great job, but I find it really hard to celebrate right now. I mean, we literally just got beat by the Washington Commanders. This was a team that we are supposed to just completely bully, just like the Cowboys bully us every single year. We're supposed to do the same thing to the Washington Commanders. And I knew it. Going into this game, everybody's saying, oh, we're supposed to beat the Commanders. Historically, we win all of the Commanders games. And it's like, yo, why are people putting so much, like, faith into this? Like, this is a whole different team. And, like, even though, yes, we were supposed to win that game. Like, clearly we were supposed to win that game. But it was just a lot of things that just went wrong that I felt like we could have had more control over, you know? Then the third quarter comes around. Singletary is, I mean, right now at this present moment in the third quarter, Singletary is just straight up on fire. This dude just cannot be stopped. I mean, this man is making people miss tackles. This man is getting like almost like 10 yards a carry. I don't know how many yards for Terry, but every time he touched the ball, it seemed like he was getting like 6 to 10 yards. So he was getting those first downs, and then all of a sudden, Singletary, come here, Singletary. A fumble. These are the things that I worry about when we are running the ball, whether we're returning it or whether we're just straight up running it. And obviously that was a major letdown. Here's another thing that I feel like that's not talked about enough. We must figure out a way to stop the running game without Dexter Lawrence. If Dexter, I've noticed, like, whenever Dexter Lawrence isn't on the field, teams tend to take advantage of that and run the ball, and they are quite often successful. The Vikings did that when Dexter Lawrence was out last week, and the Commanders took advantage of the same situation this week. And that is something that we must have more control over. Why can we not stop the run when Dexter Lawrence is off the field? And Dexter Lawrence isn't going to play every single snap. This dude's going to be tired. He's one of our most valuable players. Of course, he's going to be giving his all, his 100% every time he touches the field. But we have to figure out a way to stop the running game. There's no situation where we should be like in a good position to win and then we lose that spot because we couldn't stop the run. And these are runs that I feel like we could stop if we saw it coming. We almost won the game, and I don't like that. I don't like that almost. Like, it's just something about the word almost. It's just like, aside from that, the O-line has really improved. Like, not once today where I was like, oh my God, the O-line. But the O-line was really holding up steady, and Daniel Jones looked like he had a little bit more control of the ball this time. It seems like he was making the right decisions. It seems like, like I said, we lost our kicker, so we had to kind of improvise a lot of the times, and yeah, that was trash. Losing the kicker like is trash. And at the beginning of the game, when Gano got injured, I said to myself, I was like, yo, we must score now. We have to score. Every single time we touch the ball, we have to score. And our defense, we must stop them. We must stop the offense. But obviously, that didn't happen. And fourth quarter for me kind of went by really quickly because it was kind of like one of those on your edge type, on the edge of the seats type of things. There was plenty of opportunities that could have won us the game. Another one of those situations being when Wan'Dale Robinson caught the ball for the touchdown. The Giants tried to convert it to 2 points, but Slayton ended up dropping the ball. Slayton, a common theme, dropping the ball. Slayton is always going to drop the ball when it's most needed. Put Hyatt in the game. That's when I said put Hyatt in the game. When Wan'Dale Robinson scored that touchdown and Slayton had that chance to catch that 2-point conversion, put Hyatt in the game. This is the second week in a row where Jalen Hyatt is not seen nowhere on the field. This is also, I feel like, the second week in a row where Isaiah Simmons wasn't on the field. I don't know what's good with that. And of course, the big letdown of the whole fourth quarter of the whole game is just like I said, like this was one of those ironic games where Malik Neighbors was doing so well the whole game, but then wasn't able to complete the ball when it most matters on that 4th and 4. And that was the big, huge letdown, and I knew it was a wrap from there. But at least I was able to watch the entire game. At least there was hope until the fourth quarter. So I want to say good job, Giants, but for what? Good job for what? For being mid? Good job for losing to the Commanders, a touchdownless team. We lost to a touchdownless team today. I want y'all to really think about that. Think about what I just said. We lost to a touchdownless team. This team scored no touchdowns. It was all three. Like all threes. Like Steph. We lost to a Steph Curry football team. All threes. And it's embarrassing once again. But at least we looked a little bit competitive. Hopefully Graham Gano is not stupid injured. And yeah, that's that was tough, man. That was another tough loss. Second week in a row. The key takeaways from this game was Daniel Jones looked a little better in the pocket. Looks a little bit more decisive. We'll see how you really look against the Browns and that defense. Malik Neighbors, a star. Singletary, don't drop the ball. Jason Pinnock lived. You hitting the weight room tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. The Saints won their game today. So I got to deal with that. But that's okay. We'll see them. We'll see them later. That's really all I have for y'all today. And like I said, once again, another tough L. I guess we'll see the Browns next week. We'll see how it goes, man. James the Giant, man. We out. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm out.